Non-biblical references to Jesus. Pliny was a Roman governor of Bithynia who wrote a letter to Emperor Trajan asking for advice on how to deal with Christians. In the letter, Pliny describes Christians gathering before dawn to sing hymns to Christ as to a god, indicating that Jesus was being worshipped by his followers as divine early in the 2nd century. Though he doesn't describe Jesus directly, Pliny's letter provides insight into how Christians viewed Jesus and how their faith was practiced.
Now, Pliny is one of those non-biblical historians that many Christians will bring out to say that the Bible is true, the Bible is correct. We have historical facts that the Bible is a true book. What they fail to realize is that when they bring out people like Pliny the Younger, and after Pliny, there was Tacitus, who lived in around the same time frame as Pliny, but Tacitus didn't write about Christians until around 120. So Pliny wrote about Christians, or Christians as he called them at the time frame, and their belief and their worship, and was questioning Trajan as to how to treat them. The reason why he was questioning Trajan how to treat them, because at the time frame in Rome, in the Roman Empire, the Jewish population did not have to pay, well, the Jewish population paid a religious tax to the Roman government in order to not have to have a statue of the emperor inside of their temples and not have to observe Roman gods and deities and see the emperor as a god. So in order to satisfy the Jewish people, a tax was paid. It wasn't, the question became, because most of the original Christians were people who were Jewish and now are Christian but still claiming Judaism as the beginnings and the foundation of their religion. Pliny was questioning, how do we handle these Christians who, although they are Jewish, they have an extra belief. They believe their Messiah has come. They believe that Jesus is God. He's talking about their belief. Pliny is not validating that Jesus existed. Pliny is not validating that Jesus walked on water. Pliny is not validating that Jesus is the Son of God. What Pliny is validating is the fact that there were people in the early 2nd century who believed in Jesus, and that's it. Think about it this way. If I were to write a book today about people who worship Shango, who worship Oshun, who worship Anansi, if I write about the belief that the people have about this God, that they worship this God, that they believe that this God is the Son of God, that this person is God, does that validate that the person, that Shango did everything that Shango did, that Anansi did what he claimed to have done, that Eshu caused the man to bump into a young lady who was the daughter of the chief, injured the young lady, then had to care for the young lady, and after caring for her, they fell in love with each other, and the man then married the young lady, and this was all based on the young man praying to Eshu to deliver him a wife. Does that make the accounts of Eshu true or false? It doesn't make it either. It makes it what people believe about Eshu, what people believe about Thor and Odin, what they believe about Quetzalcoatl, and simply that's it. So when you encounter someone who says that we have proof of the Bible's existence, you have proof of what people believe. Pliny and Tacitus also wrote about people who believed in Serapis and miracles that they claimed that Serapis performed through Vespasian. If you apply the same foundation, apply the same standard rather, that you give to Pliny and Tacitus writings about Christians, and say that is validation, that those people existed, that deity existed, that entity existed, those events have happened, then you would have to take the same approach to Serapis and say that since Pliny and Tacitus wrote about Serapis, that Serapis must be real. That Vespasian healed a man by spitting in some dirt and rubbing it in his eyes. Sound familiar? That he stepped on a man's hand and healed his hand from an infirmity. You would have to believe that, because it is the same standard to which you are claiming that they are proof of your Jesus. And those two wrote about a bunch of different gods that people believed. So tell me what you think in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. And always remember, you have to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.